Behind me is a public house called the Bridge House. Well, it's been turned into a hotel now. I did a gig there once, supported by a band called Depeche Mode. The last I saw of them, they were heading out the door with Daniel Miller.
We just wanted to really be the Cure, or something like that, you know, orchestral manoeuvres in the dark, or the Human League from Basildon.
When I'm with you, baby, I go out of my head, and I just can't get enough, and I just can't get enough. All the things you do to me and everything.
When we began, we had guitars, and it was a bass guitar and a general guitar, and a drum machine. But then we gradually changed over to all synths.
Well, they were quite cheap. You didn't have to have a good amp. We weren't any good at playing guitars anyway.
You know, I think they got me in because I was one of the only people that had a synthesizer in Basildon.
We actually played those instruments in a very sort of traditional format. You know, there was a bass line, there was a lead line, and there was a rhythm line.
I was actually on top of the pops when I was still at work. I was treated as a hero when I walked in the next day. So I think I was doing my month's notice.
I always remember Vince Clarke said, yeah, it's all right, if we get famous and we do Top of the Pops, do you think we can do that in the afternoon so that I can get back on a cheap day return to Basildon?
Complicating, circulating, new life, operating.
Martin said to Daniel Miller, you know, do you really think we've got to give up our day jobs? And Daniel had to say, yeah, I think you're safe now.
I think Music for the Masses was a really important record for them because it encapsulated everything about where they were at and the expectation for them at the time.
Their perception, certainly as far as the public went, was of not growing up a bit, but there was a level of depth there.
You just realized how important this band was to those kids whose, you know, Depeche Mode's lyrics and music just completely overwhelmed them.
The band were just becoming more and more of a major force.
They were certainly the biggest UK act, if not one of the biggest bands in America at that time.
On Saturday, June the 18th, we'll be playing a concert for the masses here at the Rose Bowl, Pasadena.
The tour in America had been phenomenal, it had done phenomenal business, and it was a way of making a statement at the end of the tour saying, the band are here.
It was a major sort of milestone for the band.
They were unstoppable, really.
It took 10 years and 22 singles, but Depeche Mode is now the word in the music called progressive techno-pop. Tonight, the band is appearing in person for an autograph party at a West LA record store, and it has attracted thousands of fans.
I think that we were aware that we were making a record that was exciting on every level. That, you know, the partying had hit an all-time high, the experimentation, the excitement in the studio, the songs, but I don't think we were really aware of what was going on, like in terms of people waiting for this record and what was about to explode.
Boys were hurling themselves at the limousine. Police say now there's maybe 15,000 kids here.
Riot police, we are told, have gathered at the Beverly Center.
Police have had to make several arrests, and the band was forced to leave early. Seems like I haven't seen that since the days of the Beatles.
Reach out, touch faith.
My favourite Depeche album is probably Violator.
I thought Violator was a great record.
An absolute perfect album.
Violator, obviously.
Violator.
Definitely Violator.
In my eyes, was the most perfect
album they ever did.
It was an amazing album from one end to the other end. Every track on it was incredibly strong.
At that time, the band was really trying to cross over from being just looked at as a new wave electronic act into a mainstream rock band.
Here's Depeche Mode, but not as you know them.
They delivered the classic record at the right time. I mean, what can you say? Really. It was perfect.
Well, it wasn't really a riot, let's get it straight. I mean, there were a lot of people. It's not what I call a riot. There wasn't any violence involved. Basically, all the fans that were there were very well behaved. It was, yeah, right, Chelsea on a Saturday afternoon. Now that's a riot.
The silence, we're watching the world pass us by. Let me see you stripped, master of seven.
Seems like I haven't seen that since the days of the Beatles.
Reach out, touch faith.